Okay, and welcome to my first stream of Football Manager 2021, which we are playing through Xbox Game Pass for PC. In the middle of a save for Newport County, just getting the grips for the game of FM21, especially after a long-term save of playing FM17. And it's just been a case of getting used to the game, getting used to what's been different, the different formats and layout, which has been overhauled in the new FM21. But I think it's absolutely brilliant that the game has been brought to PC and Xbox Game Pass. I think this is a great move by Sports Interactive, and it's just great to have this game which you can play through PC, because although it's available on Xbox with the Xbox edition, this is a PC-based game. Because of the way that we're leading on things, it's easier to access, easier to search for players. Unless you can use the keyboard, which I haven't yet, and mouse on Xbox, then up until then I'll be playing this on PC, and then I might look at playing it on the Xbox itself then. But as said, we're in the middle of a save with Newport County. We're in our second season. Last season we finished 14th, which wasn't the greatest of seasons. We started off in a playoff place, and then we ended up dropping all the way down until about 15th or so, and we sort of stayed between 10th and 15th, and we were on borderline finishing in the top half up until then, where we ended up finishing 14th after not such a good run towards the end of the season. We've changed the tactics more or less a few times over the course of last season, just working with the grips of things, getting to find out which is best for the team, and trying to find what players fit each tactic, or what tactic fits the players. So we've been looking at all different elements. The board decided to allow me to stay in charge despite their unhappiness with the finish, and therefore being a young manager, I was able to use that in any board meetings as an argument, and therefore they allowed me to have at least another season when my contract does end in 2022. I started off as a 27-year-old Continental A licensed coach with Sunday League experience, which is what you would expect from maybe a club like Newport County, if you know the background of the club and you're coming from a grassroots level, and the structure of the club, etc. So at the moment we're actually having a good season, because as you can see we're top of the table, 25 points from 10 games, so we've only dropped 5 points, and we're at plus 14 goal difference. I say we have found a good tactic this year which is working really well for us. The only problem with it at the moment is that there isn't much good feedback in terms of the defence itself. So we find that although we're good at attacking, we're scoring goals, we're mostly in games. The only problem is our leaky defence, and this is what we're going to try and sort out over the course of the season. But still getting the grips of the game, and obviously there's a lot of analysis, a lot of detail in the game, a lot of beneficial and additional tools which can be used, letting you look at the data and how to improve, which is amazing game. And I love the format and just how much detail, time and effort is put into this game. And considering it's only a 5 gig game to download off a Game Pass, I think with the amount of detail that's in it, I think it's definitely one of the top games out there in terms of the amount of detail put in there. The one great thing I love about PC, which I believe you can do on Xbox, but only through reading through forums, which I haven't done myself, as I've said, is that you can add the face packs and logos, etc., which aren't built into the game. There is some core which has now been built into the game, where, for example, there was a lot of the bottom league tiers which started appearing before I even loaded up the game, face packs, etc., and changed my preferences, which was pretty cool. I haven't downloaded the winter update yet. This is something which I've heard really good things about, especially on Twitter and especially on the feedback. It's just a case of getting the grips of the game. I've only been playing it over the past course of the week now, which really enjoying in playing the game, and we look to continue to go from here. So anyway, there's enough talking for 4 minutes of sitting on the same screen or so. We are about to play Chelsea under 23s at home. in the Johnston's, I say Johnston's, that's now changed, in the Papa John's trophy. We're second in the table, I believe, which isn't too bad for us at the moment. Yep, second in the table, 2 for 2, 2 points. Not a bad start for us, only a point behind Chelsea. We're still in one of the top 2 places. In our first game, we drew 2-2 with Coventry, where we ended up winning on penalties, which was a good result. Considering Charlton, Chelsea and 23s, and Charlton and Coventry are in leagues above us, and Chelsea and the Threes, obviously the reserve team and the youth players promoted in the 23s for a Premier League Chelsea side, which have ridiculous amount of quality and have ridiculous amount of resource available. So it's pretty good to be in this place. Still determining whether this is an important cup for us. Any cup run for a lower league team is pretty good because it enhances reputation. There's good morale around the place, especially through the community. It's good days for the fans, for example, if you're interlinked with real life situations, and especially for County, which have had good cup runs in the last few years. For example, with Leeds, for example, with Spurs, with City, West Ham and the 23s themselves, beating them in the cup play last year. So I believe we're in a really good position this year, and where we're going to continue building. I'm not going to go into much detail as some people would play in this game, where they would go into look a lot more detail, look at the analysis a lot more, and they'd utilise the tools as such. As I said, still finding a way around it. But it's just a case of trying to get through the game and sort of see and just getting through, looking at the kind of tactics, how we're playing, and then depending on what happens in the start of the save, or how we're going to go out for the maybe having another save further on from this. It's just going to be a case of trying to get through the games and seeing how we can end up and look at the fun run we can have with Newport County. I'll just flick through that press conference there. Sometimes I find him a bit of a ball ache, just clicking through and reading, and sometimes I just like to fly through them, just get them done, and just see where we can go from there. It's just making sure that we click the right answers, because we can upset some people and we can be scrutinised for that in the press, or we don't hold a good relationship as a result of what we have said in the press. Vladimir Ivic, we don't have a good relationship with him at the moment. We do have one of their players, Jake Scrimshaw, at the moment on loan. Second season with us, he's a regular starter. His first season with us was a pretty good season. He scored 19 in 42 in the league. We played 51 games last year with 22 goals. But his average rating wasn't too great, with 6.87, 6.97, depending on how you're rounding that up and looking at it. But if I'm looking at that as the number it is, 6.87, it's not really the greatest rating, especially in contrast to how he's playing already this season. He did start off really well last year. He had very similar numbers. He had 10 and 9, and then he sort of just dropped off over the course of the season and his form. But he's actually on really good form so far for us. 12 starts, 12 games, 11 goals, average rating of 7.29. He's got no assists, but that's the way we're playing him to fit into our tactics, and he seems to be benefiting really well from it. I don't mind if he's not getting assists, because the important thing here for Jake is that he is scoring, and we need that goal scoring. That's something that we were really struggling with towards the end of last year. We were struggling to score, so it's just a case of where we were struggling last season. He's on form. We're going to utilise that and take as much priority on him scoring as possible. Tariq Hines, we signed him on a free from Spurs. He came into the squad last year. We put him into the reserves. He done okay, considering. He went out on loan to Bromley for the latter part of the season. Didn't do too well, didn't break into their first team, especially playing in the league down, which didn't fill me with too much confidence. But since returning, he's been playing in our reserves, and he seems to be on very fine form at the moment. 6 in 11, average rating of 7.23. Passing not bad either. And then we have Jagny, which is another player. Sorry if there's anything mispronounced here. It sounded like a bit of a Paul Merson here, but it's just a case of just trying to get some of these right. But he's in our reserves. We have signed him from Morecambe last season on a free. It wasn't too bad. He was in and out our first team. He was being rotated. He seems to be. We've put him in the reserves this year, and he seems to be doing really well. 9 games, 1 goal, 7 assists, 1 man of the match, 85% passing ratio, average rating 7.79. So that's really, really good to see from him. The only problem at the moment with him, he isn't registered in our first team because we're quite up to the 20. Oh, I didn't do that then. Up to the 20-man registration. So this is something, if he continues in the first team, continues to play well in the reserves, then perhaps we can look at a place for him in the first team in the next few months to run, especially at the next opportunity of registration. But at the moment, we'll keep him in reserves. We'll see how he's doing, because one thing I don't want to stop is his momentum, and certainly him coming back into the first team and not continuing that fine form. So here we go at home. We're at Rodney Parade. It doesn't look like this in real life. There isn't as much of a big stand or as many stands as such, but it'll do for the replica of the game. So here we go against Chelsea in the 23s. We're not off to a bad start. Quite quick, quite intense attacking. We're off to 2 shots, 1 on target already. Good corner there. You know, we're good amount of passes completed. We're in the lead of possession, but this doesn't mean anything. It could turn around. It could be a counter attack, especially with this leaky defence. Good goal there. Love that assist by Jake Scrimshaw. I keep saying Grimshaw. That's for listening to too much Radio 1 here. But Carl Hawkins, wow, what a pass there. Tapped on. Telford, good. Hawkins was out on loan in the conference below, Vanarama conference. I decided to recall him at the start of the season. He was out on loan in real life, so as part of the game, I just continued to let it roll out, continue him out on loan, see how he played and his performances, and then we could look at how we were doing, and how we could then look at either him being recalled, which he was at January transfer window, where we had the opportunity to register the players. And we weren't doing too well in defence, and he was rotated in and out of that defence for the last part of last season, but he's a regular starter this season in the first team, which is doing really well for us. Not good. My point here is absolutely proven, because our defence concedes, and this is something that I definitely want to tighten up, and definitely going to be looking at over the next over the course of the season, and continuing playing the game and getting to utilise the tools and getting used to them, etc. I'm not an expert at the game. I do know my way around it. I've spent plenty of time on Foot Manage, but as ever, things adapt year to year, and there's different tools in the game. So, some people may be glued onto it straight away, and they may be a more in-depth expert. So if you've got any input, any advice, any feedback, just drop me in the comments. Always willing to see how I can change what I'm doing on Foot Manager myself, and learn from those who play the game differently, which is going to be really interesting. When we are looking the better team here. It's just a shame, we've conceded and we haven't scored that second goal yet. We need to kill the game off. Noam, he's not doing so well, so we're going to bring him on for youth product, Lewis Collins. So if we then look at Josh Sheehan, he's not playing well, so we're going to put Labs on. Should we do 3 at one time? We'll let it run 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, see how it goes over the course. Always good to have a spare player ready. Okay, good feedback there from Hatswell. So we're just going to make that quick change. The only thing that annoys me with this competition is just that if you draw a game, you can't just take the point, move on. You just have to take the penalties at the end. It's a bit annoying, but then it's sort of a little bit exciting at the same time, because you have the opportunity to go on and pick up the points and sort of try and move yourself up on this little table that they have running as a course of the penalties, and it's perhaps a good opportunity if you do progress, a good opportunity to assess your players, who's good at penalty taking, who's you're not so good at penalty taking. Well, Mason Mount playing in the under-23s here must not be in that first team from Thomas Tuchel, must not be impressing, which he is in real life, or they just really want to win this competition. Good goal there from Scrimshaw. Good, like that. Yes, good. Tom King is an excellent penalty saver. He's actually saved our bacon in quite a few penalty shootouts over the last season. We didn't have the greatest cut runs last season, but we went. We progressed past the minimal rounds that we were that we were drawn into. But good. He saved one there, 5-3 on pens. Good, we'll take that. Second penalty shootout that we've won. Not doing too badly against Coventry and Chelsea under 23s. Good for us at the moment. Telford, 24 years of age. He's currently moved to county on an undisclosed in real life. He's not doing too bad in the first team. He's more backup and rotation. For 24 years of age, only 133 games to his name, league games. He was more important player for us this year, but with the amount of attacking options that we have available, he just hasn't quite cut it in the squad yet in terms of starting and scoring those goals at the moment. We have a good squad available to us, and a very important thing is that we got plenty of options available. I'd say Padraig Hammond, he's 33 now. He's got plenty of games behind him. He's got plenty of experience. He is up for loan. No one seemed to have taken interest in him yet. Maybe a club will come for him in the January transfer window on a loan, or maybe there will be a transfer there. But he hasn't sort of broken into the squad in terms of how we're playing and the attacking options available here, and these highlighted blue players, because of the type of players that we have available and type of way that we're playing. Lewis Twamley. He is 18 years of age, another youth academy product. He's only been brought on twice as a sub, not played too well so far this year. 5 games to his name in the league. So we're going to continue to look at how we develop the players, and that's what I love about a club like County, especially being involved in the club, especially being a Newport boy, a Newport fan myself. You sort of know who's involved, you know the structure of the club, you know it for real life, and there's great contrast when you play it in a game and simulation, and you try and put yourselves in the shoes of the first team, and you can relate to the real life understandings of the club, so the budget management, why we sign players, how we're signing them, whether they're free, whether they're on loan, what affiliations are set up, and who and how and who, the budget available in the game is exactly what Mike Flynn is doing in real life. It's just a shame that County have dropped off on their form this year, but hopefully they can pick it up, and they can just end up absolutely going on for a good run towards the end of the season, maybe find a playoff place, but the belief is there. But there's a lot of turnover in players once again because it's reliant on loans and free contracts, and that's because of the small budget available, but that is the business model, and obviously you don't want to jeopardise the finance, so loans are realistic options at the moment. It's just unfortunate if they get recalled or they don't play or they don't perform and therefore their loan is terminated. It's just a shame. Then it has an impact on the first team, but it's just a case of adapting to this, being aware, which is what County is getting used to year after year at the moment, which is not a bad thing because it's developing that resilience and that awareness. It's allowing the strategies put in place, and if County do go on good cup runs and they have the opportunity of being promoted or finishing in a good place at the end of the season, so if they finish in playoffs but unfortunately lose, they might have had a good commercial campaign. And this might mean that they have some money to invest in signing the player on a permanent contract or signing him down on a 1 to 2 year contract or 1 year with extension, which means that they're not so reliant on the loan then as such. But when, as I said, you sort of get to know everyone. James Holman, he's very good goalkeeping coach for County, plenty of experience behind him. He does run his own business in real life. His pro goalkeeper Deflect. So it's good. He's just bagged his Continental Pro license. First time round he needed the extra time, but I think that was only about a month ago or so, less than that. So it's really good that we have a pro license. And if you think in terms of the structure of the club, I'm currently studying for my pro. Head of youth dev, so our academy manager, pro license. Jason Windsor studying for his pro. Hats is got his pro. Danny Elliott's got his pro. Damien Broad, which was the academy manager, which I know well, has been promoted into the first team as one of the coaches. He's been pushed to do his pro, and now we do have Holman on his pro license. So it's really good for a club like County to have pro license coaches and increasing, and it just shows the club, that it's based on community, it's based on grassroots, it's based on the lower level coaches, and if you can get through, and be a good coach for the club, and you give that commitment, then certainly the club will invest in you. And I think it's really important in terms of real-time football, for opportunities to be given to coaches on that C, on that B license, and continue to draw up on that experience that they have, and be given the opportunity to be in and around a first team or continue developing, and therefore go from there. Because there's not many the opportunities are starting to fall short of these days for UEFA B licensed coaches, which is a great deal of shame, because there's a lot of work that goes into a B, and there's a lot of money that is spent on the B. So for example, in Wales, you could spend £900 on your B licence, and there's an opportunity to fail, and you've got to pay for the reassessment, which you could fail again. So if you don't pass, you've spent almost near £1,000 to get nothing. You've got the experience, you've got the knowledge. You can go into it again, but then that's another grand. Who at young age, or a lower level, wanting to studying for these, has £1,000 to spend on a course that they could fail? If you're spending £1,000, you're going to be wanting a few courses for that, and typically, you're going to be wanting to pass them or be guaranteed that qualification. Which the game, it's the good quality of the coaching and coach education, and what you learn from it, and the resource, and how you develop as a coach. It's just a lot of expense involved, which is a really good thing. In having webinars and networking with coaches and continuing to learn, and all this other stuff that's involved. But then to get on your A license, you're looking at $4,500, and who has $4,500 lying around to sit on their A license, to sitting around to go on their A license, which is, if you're going to go on it, it's a big commitment, especially if it's out of your own pocket. Usually you have to try and get the right opportunity to go on to study it. Good. We're 2-0 up here. Sort of going off on a tangent here about licenses and coach ed. But yeah, good. We're 2-0 up against Fleetwood away from home. Good result on this murky day. Unfortunately, there, not a good ball there from Shepherd off the inner player. I can see what he's trying to do, but it wasn't a great ball. What we're trying to do is get down this right hand side, whether we're trying to overlap, whip across in at the first opportunity, or we try and build up and slip a ball through, breaking lines. That's what we're looking to do. But the only problem here is, typically, where the left back's been caught out here, the players beat him. Now the left back's caught up. I slide tackle, and he's just got past him. I think it's a little bit unrealistic, but we'll just leave it at that. But there we go. Suddenly we're 2-0 up. We're running the game, and suddenly Fleetwood are now back 2-2, and that's the only problem that we have at the moment. Is that we are shocking on defence. Shocking. So we're going to have to make some changes here, because I'm not happy with this shocking defence that we have out there at the moment. But then also a case of the build-up midfield. So we are going to make 3 changes at one time, because I don't want to lose the game. I'd rather pick the point up away from home than lose the game altogether and get no points. Good. We got a goal there from corner. Hawkins is good at corners and headering them in. We've picked up a few goals off him this year for doing so, and I'm really pleased that we keep picking these up. And Matty Dolan has been crucial for us. It took a few times to sign his contract last season. He kept refusing it, kept turning it down, and I thought, we're going to lose him here. And I am a big fan of his in real life. There we go. Suddenly Fleetwood have scored again. 3-3. Typical defence all over the place. But Dolan's been on good form for us. He's had quite a few assists. We have had crew come in for him a few times this year. Come on, get up from that keeper. That's an appalling goal to have conceded. Appalling. Where was your reaction time from the defenders there? Dear oh dear. If someone experienced here might have made their changes. There we go, 4-4. Disallowed. Wow. wow, absolutely robbed there. Disallowed, could have done with the point, especially away from home, especially to keep that run going. Oh, but as I said, you would have an experienced player maybe go in there, change the instructions. They may have changed how the setup is and their tactics, but I wanted to maintain the way we were playing. And as I said, I don't want to go into it too much detail. I just want to fly through the game a bit more and just get to the terms of it and see how we do just on running off this tactic, and then I might do another save where I might go into a bit more detail, put a lot more time into it, and see the contrasting difference of running with the game and letting tactics run out, and then having a tactic and changing it in terms of the tools available, and into time, real time changes. Not happy with that result, but we still sit first. Now we come up against 21st place Stevenage. Whoa, they're just outside relegation here. Carlisle do have a game in hand, so if they went on to win and we beat Stevenage, there's a possibility of Stevenage moving into the bottom two. Fleetwood outside, that was a great win for them. That lifted them out of the bottom places. Not really happy losing there, but a good result. Nevertheless, it's not good to lose, but it's a good result that we scored 3, that we were in the game, that we had the lead, and we can take those positives. There's nothing worse than just losing 4-0. The fact was that there's foundations to build there, there's foundations to improve, so it's a good performance in the sense of we can build on it, we can improve, and it wasn't an awful performance in terms of just getting hammered out there, because we want to be in the game. We want to see where we can improve. We want to, see where we got caught. How and why were they in build-up play, or were they counter-attacking? Were there gaps in our style of play? So if we were trying to break lines, were they picking that off? If we were playing narrow, were they playing wide and around us? Were they getting off first-time crosses, which caught us? So there's so many different questions. Were they overloading us? Were they playing down the side, or playing to the width? Or were they trying to break through the middle, overload us? Or how were they in transition? How were they in defence? How were they in attack? How did the possession look in and out of possession? What was their shape? There's so many questions, and that's why football is such an amazing sport. When it comes down to Football Manager and you think in real time and real life experience, that you can really query all of this and learn from it, which is really, really cool. Especially if you want to be a coach, or especially if you're in around the football world yourself. It's a great way to sort of engage your thinking and relate it to real time experiences, and what you would do if you were in this contrast, which just absolutely love this game. So here we go then. We're at home on another rainy day. Loves the rain, Football Manager, especially 2021. We are up against Stevenage, so we should on paper be winning this. Oh, good. There we go. Penalty in 6 minutes. Can he score? Good. He's got it in the bottom right corner. Good. Well done. Good. So we're off to a bit of a positive start here. Realistically, on paper, we should be winning where Stevenage are sat with what they're seeming to concede. Good. Scrimshaw again has scored. We've caught him down on that right side. Early time cross. Good goal. Well done. We're 2-0 up in under 15 minutes. But then there we go. Suddenly, Stevenage are back in the game, and they've caught us. Little throw in, pass 1-2, cross, run through the defenders, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, good finish. It's just a shame that our defence is leaking, but there we go, 3-1, Scrimshaw, thank you very much, second goal of the day. No more conceding please, but we will have a lot more goals being scored. If we can look at Stevenage's minus 15 goal difference, they don't have the strongest defence themselves, so we really need to pick them off, and really need to get as many goals as we can in this game, because I want to have... Okay, and welcome back. Unfortunately, there did seem to be a crash there, which is very much unlike this. I've been playing it all day, and there's not been a single crash on it. We did go into this Stevenage game, which wasn't doing too badly. We were 3-1 up, and we were commenting on the fact that they had minus 15 goal difference, and how that was beneficial going into this game. But unfortunately, we've had to go back and reload this game because of where it crashed. So if you see or hear an overlap, in the recording or upload, it's just simply because of the case I've had to cut out for the two recordings so I could merge them together for one video. But here we are, we're playing Stevenage after a good start, which is what I'm expecting. Emeran with the goal, 1-0 up. I'm going to be disappointed if we don't win the game by at least 3 goals, because we were 3-1 up last time. So I would like to have thought, we would have scored a few more, especially by the fact that there have been 4 goals involved in this game before 15 minutes had even passed. But here we go on the reload. Good. We're 2-0 up, as we were on the other reload. So it shows that there's a bit of consistency in the engine this time. From the team, and in terms of the team and the way we're playing here, but also in the match engine built into this game, which at times, if I've had previous crashes and the game's reloaded, then the results been completely different, which you can say, oh well, it's simulation, and that's the way it is. And especially in real life football, if you beat a team 5-0 and you play the team again the next day, you might lose 3-0. So there's no guarantee. It's just sometimes it's a bit annoying in the fact that maybe you're 5-0 up in the game, it crashes, then suddenly you lose the game 2-1. In terms of that sense where you were winning, and if you want to win and you love winning and you hate losing, then it's really difficult to comprehend, and you start sounding like a bit like a football manager where you start questioning it. Perhaps that's where this game has done its intent research and the way it's built, or it's just been a bit of luck the way that has turned out. But see, we're not doing too badly. It's just a shame we haven't scored our third yet. I would like a third to come in, maybe a third, fourth. Okay, good. Thanks, Hats. That's good feedback. What we'll do, we'll just apply it. Off we go. Here we go. Anthony cutting in. Oh, no goal there. I would have liked to do a goal there. And here we are on the right side again. Oh, the goalkeeper's got it straight away. Aim for the corners, lads. 14 shots, 9 on target, and we've scored 2. We need to be more precise in where we're scoring. Oh, yellow card. Oh, I was a bit worried there it was going to be red. We will take the yellow though, not too bad. We will have to consider the fact he's on a yellow and how he's playing, his attitude, how he reacts to things. Obviously things you can see in real time. This is just a simulation, but it's something to consider. Okay, we're not doing too badly. We're in control of the game. Plenty of shots, plenty on target from us, so I would like to expect another one coming. Oh, this is exactly what I hate, the conceding of the defence and the weakness. We are shocking when it comes to slide tackling. When it comes to a slide tackle, we are shite. Because every slide tackle we get in, we let in. We are shocking on slide tackling. Right, we're going to take Hawkins out because he is not having a good, well, he's on a yellow and he's been part of conceding that. I will put him to blame being involved in that. We're going to chuck Collins on some fresh legs, see whether we can have a different goal scorer. Three one up, good. This is what I expect, lads. Good, we're on the same wavelength as we were last game. Oh, great little ball run behind. Great finish as well. Come on, let's try and get at least another 2. I would like to get the goal difference because that's what I want to get for us. If we're conceding goals, I want to be scoring more. And I want to get more goal difference for everything that we concede. I want us to do it better. I want us to be stronger. Come on, County, we can do this. Oh, good, he's pinched it, good. The assist off Scrimshaw, good little goal poaching that was, good. I like the fact he's gone there, he's pinched that. We got another goal, it's 4-1 up. We're going to lead this game, we're going to take the 3 points. It's a good win at home. This is not good for Stevenage, worrying signs for them at the bottom of the relegation. They're in that battle, they're in that fight for it, and this result certainly won't help them. Oh, I thought there was maybe going to be a fifth. There is still a bit of time. It's ticking on quickly, though. Oh, can we get another one here? No, do not concede. And what we've done, we've conceded. Oh, only the 2-goal difference, but I will take the 3 points. I will take the fact we scored 4, and I will take the 2-goal difference, and I will take the win at home. I will take the momentum, and I'll take the fact that they are in a relegation battle, and they've had a bit of heart, and they've gone on, they took their chances and scored 2. But this defence is shocking defending. Once again, 5 conceded in 2 games. 8 scored. Good that we scored 8. Good that we have a goal difference of +3. But we are conceding too many. Do not like how many we are conceding. Just need to keep up the momentum. Need to keep picking up the points. The attackers, the strikers, the wingers, everyone involved in that attack needs to continue scoring. They need to continue bringing the goals. And then over time, we can improve the defence. And we will be better. Okay, good. Perhaps we can have a bit more calming down after that. Not too bad. We're relaxed. We're still calm. We're relaxed and calm. Okay, good. He's still on good form this year. We need him to remain fit. We need him to remain in form. Harrogate aren't having a good season so far. They're down towards the bottom of the table. They won't be happy with that, especially after a strong finish from them in the League 2 last year. We're going to skip the draw and just see who it comes out with. Sometimes more interesting. We will be hosting Birmingham City at home. We welcome Aitor Karanka's men, and we will see how we fare against them. I would like to beat them. I would like to progress into the round above them. And it'd be good for us to beat them. Oh, I've done it again. I've gone too fast. Okay, do it. And I'll solve. Increase our defensive duties 2 rather than 3. Well, I would agree. Because our defensive duties are shite. And we need to improve them. And we need to concede less. Because I think so far this season we have 2 clean sheets, and that's not good. We want to improve the amount of clean sheets we have. We want to improve our goal difference. We want to improve our defence, and we will do it. It's just going to take a bit of time. It's going to take a bit of work. Oh, offside! Come on, man. Well, that's not bad. He's got an offside goal, so it shows our attacking intent. Oh, that little run in between the centre-backs there. Leaking, perhaps, potentially. Already identified a risk for us. They've already perhaps identified an opportunity of attack and goal-scoring opportunity for them. Oh, good little build-up here in and around the central area. Josh Sheehan involved in that there. Good. That's going to be a key action area for us. Just building up from midfield and perhaps the centre of the box. Could we pop a shot off? Are we working it? Oh, he's popped the shot off. Good. So we're mixing it up a bit. We're not only trying to work it into the box, we're going to pop the shots off. If we see them, we just need to score them. Ooh, Michael Felivi. Oh, I was just about to comment on that player and say how he's done good for me in the past, and then we go and concede a goal. We've had a disallowed goal, and yet we go and concede one, which is not good, but yes, have it. Jake Scrimshaw, you little legend. You will turn into a county legend. Good. He scored. Good. He is very much a key player for us. Oh, he's almost caught us on the counter-attack again, getting between those 2 centre-backs. Almost conceding, but a good save there by Tom King. Here we go, Evans. He's running through. Oh, he's popped it to the side, Emran. They're still building up. Sheehan's carrying. There we go, Evans. And there we go. They're on the counter-attack again. A shocking slide tackle and almost built up. They finally dealt with it. Come on, County. You can do this. Oh, not the greatest of shots in the end. But this is an intense game. So far, just need to do a bit better on our defending, and we need to score. Oh, what? Oh, I'm glad that was offside because the defence there was shocking, all over the place. Who is communicating that back line? Come on, man. Oh, good save there. We popped off the shot. Yes. Okay, we're going to change that. Thank you, Hats. I will take your dedicated advice and we will apply it. We just need to score a few more times and not concede. Harrogate, I wish he'd reactions and he'd get up quicker in case he's had that rebound shot. Good Dolan, well done. Scrimshaw, unlucky Telford. This counter-attacking football is absolutely working for Harrogate and it is costing us dearly. Now, someone in the game who may have played this may change their tactics. They may go and change their instructions. We're going to keep going with it though because we have got more shots. We have got more on target. The way we're playing, I wish you got a cross off there early though, or pass in. God, we're carrying the ball for too long. We need to take less touches. Telford, there we go. 2-2. Thank you very much. The style of football going forward we have is good. It's just on the defensive and the counter-attack and the way we are conceding that is costing us, and we really need to improve on this. We absolutely need to improve. Right, half time, lads. Get in that bloody dressing room because we're going to sort out this defence. Just after we've raised them for 15 minutes, we're going to use a bit of imagination there. We're going to be expecting them to be defensively organised. This is putting me not on. This is not good. This is putting the heart rate up very high right now. We need to improve defensively. This is not good. Hawkins is on a yellow card once again. Okay, right. Demetrio, you are level-headed. You are our captain. You are experienced. And at this moment in time, you're going to come off the bench. You're going to organise that shoddy defence. And we're not going to concede. Okay? I expect no goals conceded while you're on the pitch. Okay, here we go. The defence is high line. That high line is costing us. That high line is costing us every time. Costing us. As soon as we're high, they're trying to counter us, and then as soon as we're sitting high, once again they build up. They're playing behind us. Bang! Players ran through the centre, header right through the centre backs, taking their opportunity. I'm not happy with the fact that we are conceding. Harrogate have been a better team here. By the way, this has been portrayed in terms of the simulation itself. This is not a good result for Newport County. Our results seem to be up and down at the moment. Loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. I hope it don't continue like that though. I will take the losses for what they are, and I will take the fact that we are involved in the game. As I said, I'd rather us be in the game losing 3-2 than losing 3-0 altogether. But it's just obviously, as you can see from the last handful of games that have been within this stream, it's just a case of the shite defending that we have. Absolutely ball-achingly shite. We're not good. We're not defensively structured. The man marking isn't good enough. They're getting their heads off, their headers, and they're going in scoring. So we need to be tighter. We need to be stronger. Shocking result. Harrogate will be happy. Welcome in County. You're top of the table away. And there we go. Achievement in the process. We have scored in a consecutive 20 competitive matches. Well, that's good because it shows that we can score. And it shows that we are being consistent, but we are dropping the points and we are dropping the goal difference. -1 goal difference added to our tally there, which knocks us down to 14 goal difference from 15. We have Walsall at home now. My record looks very average and I am not happy with that. But we have only lost 20 games in 71 games. We have 10 goal difference. We are scoring, but we are conceding as we are scoring. We need to concede less and win more. Okay, as I said, if you have the feedback on what you would do and how you would improve this defence, what your instructions would be, where you would go in terms of the tactical approach, and how we would sharpen up this defence, there's a lot more to do. We need this defence to sharpen up, because Haynes isn't doing well at the back. He only has 4 assists, and only 4 assists from Shepherd, so that's 8 goals set up between them. Dolan, he's a centre mid usually, but he's playing very well at centre back for us, but it's just costing us defensively. And we need ball playing centre defender. Fine, here's a ball playing defender. Okay, not bad. Okay, we're going to change him to a central defender because he's a bit more familiar with that. He's going to have the continuing instructions of holding a position, shooting less often and dribbling less, which hopefully might not cost us as much, and he might focus on holding his position and being nice and strong at that centre back and helping us concede less goals. I am livid about the amount of goals that we have conceded so far, and I want us to be a lot more stronger. I want us to be conceding a lot more less. And I'm very much looking forward to how we continue to win games, but we do it in an improved fashion. And we need to do it. And we need to do it fast. And we need to improve. And we will go from there. Now, we're at a good point. 28 points from 13 games isn't bad. We've dropped 9. We have Walsall at home, we have Carlisle at home, then we're away at Oldham, away at Morecambe, away at Charlton. So we're going to see how the run goes. We've not been on too bad a form recently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 won in a row with 1 loss. We have lost 2 in the last 5. We're not doing too badly. I just don't want us to lose. But if we're losing, we're going to be in the game. And that's all I can ask. So, I'm going to leave it there for this first introduction to the Foot Manager 2021. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more that I'm going to be editing and, editing in the sense of the videos themselves. And getting hopefully a little series going on Foot Manager 2021, and you stay along with this and you enjoy it. And hopefully I can engage in some fans and dead keen foot managers out there and players, and continue to get feedback, continue to network, build hopefully those relationships with those who are listening and those who are interested. If you've not been interested, then I'm unfortunately sorry, but I hope you have been. It's just a short one, just a bit of an introduction to Foot Manager 21 and this journey with Newport County. I've had many journeys with them over the last few years on Foot Managers, and I usually end up stepping up the ranks and moving on. But I think this time I'm going to see how long I can remain committed to them, see whether we can get in the Premier League, and see whether we can build that survival and see what we can do. This is going to be a long-term save, so stick with it, enjoy it, let's get involved, and here we go. Thank you for listening.